the little trio with the greatest acronym. Applebloom, Sweetie Belle, and Scootaloo. It might just be a coincidence, but wouldn't it be cool if creators intended this little cheeky wink? Anyways, what about our today's victims? I mean, characters. Ever since the first episode, Applebloom has mostly been the focal point of the trio, and of course she's the level-headed middle ground character. Or in simpler terms, the easy blanket character to use as a vehicle, literally, for the story. Talk about writing a kid. Wait, what the fuck did I just say? Oh, right, never mind that. Applebloom really doesn't stand out much for me, although she's used the most, because she can be plugged in for almost any story. She really doesn't have too many outstanding characteristics. Sure, there are some rattling around like punched out teeth, but nothing interesting. That said, because she's so easily pluggable, and no, I didn't mean it in that way, you perverted fuck, episodes focusing on her have been one of the best portraying the kid's perspective. The all-accepting naivete when it comes to racial matters, uncertainty about the future, or at this point, somewhat overplayed, wish to find a place in the world. All these points have been used with Applebloom and she worked perfectly for them. It's just that, again, when I think back, I just can't seem to recall any specific characteristics that she has. As for Sweetie Belle, now she's full of characteristics. Every time one of the other two members of the ass comes up with a brilliant plan to kill or maim someone, Sweetie Belle always seemed to have misgivings about what is to happen, making her into this unsure, conscious party of the bunch. And this detail has always been shown rather subtly, which I adore. Still, the fussy drama influence from her sister is still there too. Plus, the visual design I'm not too fond of. What? I just don't like the curly hair. Anyways, Sweetie Belle is also the top face maker and explanator. In the end, as I think of the trio, Sweetie is the most memorable and characteristic, yet she's more geared towards the typical girly character. Still, her episodes tend to be okay. Plus, as a unicorn, she's surprisingly not a dick. And finally, my favorite and also the least used ass, the wonderful Scootaloo. Not only Scoots in the beginning got the least amount of screen time, but her first episode being the main focus was in season 3. That's how underused she was and really still is. And the fact that she didn't really seem to have any relatives didn't make her a great candidate for any of the typical family-related stories that most kids deal with. Some would even say that she was just a half-baked character that was thrown into the mix just so the trio would have some sort of dynamic with all three races, which probably was the case due to her underuse. In time, it seems that some writers have recognized and used her to tell some neat stories, though parental guidance, yeah, that was missing half of its marks. Still, Scootaloo was the right character, or again, vehicle for this one. But the fact that Scootaloo can't fly opens up some options to tell some rather serious, perhaps more grown-up stories. I like Scootaloo the most because she's the butch girl of the three and doesn't conform with the more common social expectations for a female. Breaking stereotypes and social norms is what I like to see about the character. Yet the sad reality is that she's just there, begging for some more focused screen time. In general, CMC in my view had more successful hits than main 6 episode-wise. The kid perspective shows creators have managed to capture quite well, and ever since like, I think season 2? Every time I see a CMC episode pop up, I just can't wait to see. Unlike with, well, pretty much everything in the show, with CMC, writers seem to have captured that good level of quality. Now, and here and there you tend to hear comments like, CMC at some point was being considered as the main focus of the show instead of the main 6. And to be frank, I wouldn't be surprised if it turned out to be better.